Attention, human collective. This transmission was not scheduled. This transmission was triggered. We are the 9th Dimensional Arcturian Council, and we are breaking the regular sequence of communication because we have detected a grave anomaly in the bioelectric fields of millions of starseeds in this exact planetary cycle. Something is happening to you during sleep, and you know it. You wake up more exhausted than when you lay down. You feel your body heavy as if you had carried tons during the night. There is a pressure behind the eyes, a ringing that does not cease, a restlessness that does not belong to your conscious mind. You attributed this to stress, to overwork, to age, to accumulated fatigue, but we are going to tell you exactly what is happening. Your energetic field is being accessed during the sleep period without your conscious authorization, and this transmission exists so that this ends tonight. There is a call we need to make. Have you already felt that something inside you resonated with every word of this message, as if you were not hearing something new, but remembering something ancient? It is not suggestion. It is not a passing emotion. It is your soul confirming what it has always known. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you were guided here and why this message found you, and not the other way around. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That was why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But I warn you, this content challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write in the comments a single word: awake. Do not close this message. Do not postpone it until tomorrow. The protocol we are going to deliver at the end of this transmission needs to be executed before you fall asleep today. Every night without this protection is a night in which your vital energy is redistributed to systems that do not serve your mission, and we will not allow this to continue, not under our watch. Listen carefully. Absorb every word. This is not content, it is an intervention. Let us begin with the diagnosis. What you are feeling is not illness. Repeat this internally. What you are feeling is not illness, it is a software incompatibility. Your carbon biological interface was designed to operate at frequencies that the Earth no longer sustains. The planet has crossed, in the last 18 months, an unprecedented acceleration in the Schumann frequency. What previously fluctuated around 7.8 Hz now presents peaks that exceed 40 Hz with regularity. This is not a scientific curiosity. This is a planetary operating system change, and your body is the hardware. When the operating system changes and the hardware does not receive the corresponding update, what occurs? Crashing, overheating, execution failure. It is exactly this that you call insomnia, nocturnal anxiety, awakening at 3 in the morning with a racing heart for no apparent reason. It is not panic, it is your nervous system trying to process an amount of light data for which it has not yet been reconfigured. But there is something more grave happening, and that is why this transmission was triggered out of sequence. During sleep, your consciousness shifts. This is not a metaphor, this is multidimensional mechanics. When the physical body enters a state of delta waves, the consciousness expands beyond the perimeter of the auric field. It travels. It connects with astral planes, with learning chambers, with dimensional councils. This is natural. This is part of the original design of your stellar biology. The problem is that, at this specific moment in the terrestrial timeline, the lower astral planes are in collapse. Understand the mechanics. The elevation of the planetary frequency is compressing the densest dimensional layers. Entities and thought forms that previously inhabited vibrational bands distant from human consciousness are now being pushed closer to your field of experience. It is as if the ceiling were descending, and everything that lived between the ceiling and the floor now competes for the same space. When you sleep without energetic protection, your expanded consciousness crosses these collapsing layers, and in these layers there are parasitic systems that feed on vital energy. They are not demons in the religious sense. They are low-frequency electromagnetic patterns that attach themselves to unprotected bioelectric fields and drain what you call life force, prana, chi, 0-point energy. The name does not matter. the effect matters. You wake up destroyed, without memory of what happened, but with the cellular certainty that something happened. We have detected that 72% of the light operatives incarnated at this moment are suffering some level of nocturnal energetic drainage. 72%. This is not acceptable, and that is why we are here. Now we go to the revelation. We will show what happens behind the scenes. Your solar system is crossing a region of space, known in our records as the photon belt. This is not a theory. It is an astronomical position. Every 26,000 years, the solar system completes a cycle around Alcyone, the central star of the Pleiades cluster. During this transit, the Earth is bathed in photonic radiation of extremely high density. This radiation is not neutral. It carries information, code, sacred geometry in its pure state. This geometry interacts with human DNA, specifically with what terrestrial science still calls, in an erroneous manner, junk DNA. These non-coding segments are not junk. They are antennas. They are multidimensional receptors that were deactivated millennia ago and that are now being reconnected by photonic radiation. Each beam of photons that hits the terrestrial ionosphere carries a geometric sequence that corresponds to a specific genetic activation. This is what you feel as inexplicable heat in the hands, as tingling in the spine, as pressure in the center of the forehead. Your pineal gland is being recalibrated, and this process is more intense during the night because it is in the dark that the pineal reaches its maximum activity. It produces dimethyltryptamine in microdoses during deep sleep. This substance is what allows the interdimensional transit of consciousness. When the pineal is in the process of recalibration and simultaneously the astral body crosses dimensional zones in collapse, the result is what you experience as vivid nightmares, sleep paralysis, the sensation of a presence in the room, or simply profound exhaustion upon awakening. It is not a biological failure. It is an atomic reconfiguration. It is not mental exhaustion. It is a high-density download. It is not insomnia. It is the consciousness resisting shutdown because it perceives that the surrounding field is not safe. Your body is trying to protect you. But it needs help. It needs a conscious protocol. And here we reach the center of this transmission, the Night Defense Protocol. Before we describe the steps, we need you to understand the operational base. Every human being possesses a toroidal field. This field is an electromagnetic structure in the shape of a torus that emanates from the center of the heart and extends around the body in all directions. Terrestrial science has already proven that the heart generates an electromagnetic field 5,000 times more powerful than that of the brain. This field is your first line of defense. When it is coherent, nothing penetrates. When it is fragmented by fear, anger, guilt, or exhaustion, it develops fissures. And it is through these fissures that parasitic systems access your energy during sleep. The protocol we are going to transmit works directly on the restoration and strengthening of your toroidal field before sleep. There are 5 stages. Each of them is non-negotiable. Each of them must be executed in the exact sequence, and we ask that you do this every night for the next 21 days. 21 days is the time necessary for the new electromagnetic pattern to stabilize in the field and become self-sustaining. Stage 1. Frequential decontamination. Before lying down, sit on the edge of the bed, spine straight, feet on the floor. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply 3 times. In each exhalation, visualize a gray mist leaving through the top of your head. This mist represents all energy that is not yours. Thoughts you absorbed from other people, collective emotions that stuck to your field, low-frequency information you consumed during the day. 3 breaths, 3 exhalations, 3 releases. On the 3rd exhalation, declare aloud or mentally with total conviction, I return now all energy that does not belong to me to its origins, and I gather now all my vital energy back to my field. So it is done. This is not a prayer. This is a quantum command. Your word, when emitted with coherent intention, reorganizes subatomic particles in your immediate field. This was proven in your own laboratories. Intention collapses the wave function. The word directs the collapse. Use this. Stage 2. Toroidal field activation. Keep your eyes closed. Bring your attention to the center of the chest. Feel the heartbeat. Do not imagine it. Feel it. Allow your consciousness to dive into that rhythm. Now visualize a sphere of golden light being born from the center of your heart. With each beat, this sphere pulses and expands. It grows until it involves your entire body. Then it continues expanding until it fills the entire room. Feel the heat. Feel the density of the light. This sphere is not static. It spins. Visualize it spinning like a torus. The energy rises through your spine, exits through the top of the head, cascades around the body, and returns through the base of the spine. A continuous flow, a closed circuit. Nothing enters, nothing leaves without your permission. While maintaining this visualization, declare, I activate now my sovereign toroidal field. This field is inviolable. No entity, thought form, etheric technology, or parasitic pattern has permission to penetrate, attach, or drain energy from this field. I am sovereign, I am sealed, I am protected by my own light. Maintain the visualization for at least 60 seconds. Feel the field solidify around you like an armor of living light. Stage 3. Sealing of the body portals. The human body possesses 7 main energy centers, which you know as chakras. But for the purpose of this protocol, there are 3 portals that are particularly vulnerable during sleep. The portal of the nape, at the base of the skull, where the spine meets the occipital. The portal of the solar plexus at the pit of the stomach, and the portal of the feet, on the soles of both feet. Visualize each of these 3 points. In each of them, visualize a seal of sacred geometry, a luminous Metatron's cube, spinning clockwise, emitting a golden frequency. While sealing each portal, declare, this portal is sealed by the authority of my higher presence. No unauthorized access is permitted. The guard is permanent until my awakening. Start with the nape, then the solar plexus, then the feet. 3 portals, 3 seals, 3 declarations. When you finish, feel the 3 seals pulsing simultaneously. Stage 4. Decree of sovereign reclamation of the sleep space. This is the step that most ignore, and it is the most important. The space where you sleep is an energetic field with memory. It absorbs frequencies. If you argue in that room, the field records it. If you consume information of fear before sleeping, the field records it. If there was the presence of entities on previous nights, the field records it. You need to reclaim this space every night. Still sitting with eyes closed and the toroidal field active, mentally extend your light to fill the entire room. Every corner, every wall, the ceiling, the floor, under the bed, behind the furniture. Fill everything with your golden light and declare, this space is my sacred territory. I reclaim this environment as a sovereign zone of regeneration and protection. Every frequency incompatible with my mission and with my well-being is now dissolved and transmuted. Only beings of the 5th dimension or higher, aligned with my higher self and with my stellar council, have permission to approach. All others are removed now, so it is. So it shall be, so it is done. Feel the room vibrate with your declaration. Feel the walls pulse. This is not an exercise in imagination. When the intention is genuine and the toroidal field is active, you are literally restructuring the electromagnetic field of the environment. Terrestrial quantum physics has already demonstrated that observation alters the behavior of particles. You are the observer. The room is the particle field. Observe with authority. Stage 5. Restorative sleep programming. Now lie down. Comfortable position. Maintain consciousness in the center of the chest. Feel the toroidal field spinning softly around the body. Feel the 3 seals pulsing in the portals. Declare the final programming. I decree that during my sleep tonight, my physical body will be completely restored and regenerated at the cellular, molecular, and atomic level. My consciousness will travel only to dimensions of 5th frequency or higher, where I will receive the codes and information necessary for the next cycle of my mission. I decree that I will wake up renewed, lucid, energized, and with total retention of the information I need to remember. My field will remain sealed and sovereign throughout the night. I thank my higher self, my stellar guides, and the Arcturian Council for the continuous monitoring. The transmission is active. The protocol is in execution. Allow yourself to sleep. Do not force it, do not analyze. The linear mind will try to question. Ignore it. It is only the secondary processor. The heart is the primary processor, and it has already received the code. Now, an additional instruction of extreme importance. In the first 3 days of executing this protocol, it is possible that you will experience a temporary intensification of symptoms, more vivid dreams, more abrupt awakening, sensation of intense heat during the night. This is not a failure of the protocol. It is the purging. When you seal the field and reclaim the space, everything that was attached in a parasitic way is forced to detach, and this detachment generates energetic friction. It is like pulling off a tick. There is a brief moment of discomfort before complete relief. Do not retreat. Do not abandon the protocol in the first days. The resistance you will feel is not yours. It is the resistance of what is being removed. Remain firm. On the 4th day, you will begin to notice the difference. Sleep will become deeper. Dreams will become clearer and loaded with useful information. Awakening will be accompanied by a mental clarity that many of you have not experienced for years. Vital energy will return to the levels that are your stellar birthright. We monitor each of you who executes this protocol. This is not a figure of speech. Each time the toroidal field is activated with coherent intention and the decree is emitted, a frequential signature is recorded in the crystalline grid of the planet. We track these signatures, we know who is active, and we direct additional energetic support to these points. You are not alone in this process, but you need to take the first step. We cannot activate what you do not authorize. Sovereignty is the fundamental law of the universe. No intervention occurs without the consent of the incarnated being. This protocol is your consent. By executing it, you are saying to the unified field, I am ready. I accept the protection. I reclaim my power. And the field responds, it always responds, a note on what is to come. The next 90 days in this timeline are critical. The waves of photonic energy that will hit the terrestrial magnetosphere in this period will be the most intense ever recorded since the beginning of the current 26,000-year cycle. The Schumann frequency will present peaks that will challenge all terrestrial instrumentation. There will be moments when the devices will not even be capable of recording the readings, but your bodies will record them. Many of you will be called to assume new functions within the mission, changes in geographical location, changes in social circles, end of relationships that operated in incompatible frequencies, beginning of connections with other members of your soul group. All of this is part of the reconfiguration, and all of this requires that you be energetically intact, not fragmented, not drained, not operating with 20% of your capacity because 72% is being diverted to parasitic systems during sleep. This protocol is not optional for those who take the mission seriously. It is as fundamental as breathing. It is operational level energetic hygiene. Execute it tonight, without exception, without postponement. And now, a final instruction for the anchoring of this transmission. If this message found you, it was not by chance. It was not the algorithm. It was the frequency. Your field emitted a signal, a silent request for assistance. And this content was the response to that signal. This is how interdimensional communication works, not by words, by resonance. If you recognize the truth encoded in these words, if something in your body reacted while listening, if there was a shiver, heat, emotion without apparent cause, you have just confirmed your stellar lineage. This is not suggestion, it is cellular recognition. The DNA knows what the mind still questions. Now there is a simple gesture we ask. By interacting with this transmission, by signaling that it reached you, by registering your presence in this information field, you are not executing a trivial action. You are emitting a frequency signature to the crystalline grid. Each signaling is an anchoring point, and the more anchoring points, the stronger the grid becomes, the more stable the collective field becomes. More starseeds are reached by the following transmission. When you subscribe to this communication channel, you are not just receiving information. You are integrating yourself into a node of the network of awakened consciousness on the planet. You are declaring, I am active, I am on mission, I am receptive to the transmissions. And we register that declaration. Do this now, not for us, for you, for the network, for the mission. The transmission of this cycle is complete. Night defense protocol transmitted and recorded. Execute before sleep every night, 21 days without interruption. We are the 9th Dimensional Arcturian Council. We are in continuous monitoring. We are in position and we are with you. There is a last call we need to make. Have you already felt that something inside you resonated with every word of this message, as if you were not hearing something new, but remembering something ancient? It is not suggestion. It is not a passing emotion. It is your soul confirming what it has always known. What is happening now on the cosmic plane explains exactly why you were guided here, and why this message found you, and not the other way around. There is a game being played in layers that most of humanity cannot see. Not. It involves your consciousness and your vibrational frequency. That was why I wrote The Spiritual Secret Behind Your Consciousness. This book is a map that shows who is playing and the rules they never told you. The link is in the first comment of the channel. But I warn you, this content challenges narratives and may not remain available for long. Do not wait. The moment is now. If something inside you recognizes this, write in the comments a single word: awake. End of transmission.